Hey everyone, my name's Sammy and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you've joined me for today's chair exercise session. We'll need a resistance band and our seat needs to be sturdy and comfortable. Also grab a water bottle because we will be taking breaks at the end of each round. So yeah, talking about rounds, we're going to be doing circuit training today. So we'll start off with a warm up. We'll work through 6 exercises that will cover all of our body, front, back, top, bottom, and then we'll finish with a cool down. So at the end of each round, we'll take 1 to 2 minutes break. So this can be a chance for you to just have a little rest, have a drink, and then jump back in when you're ready. So of course, we want to honor how our body's feeling today. So make any adjustments. We are doing 10 repetitions for each exercise, but if you're feeling a little tired, it's okay to pull back with the repetitions as well. So go at your own pace. Okay, so if you're ready to go, we're going to start off with a little bit of a warm up. Might put my band behind me and save that for later. So sit comfortably on your chair. We want the back off the chair because we're going to go through the movements of the spine for our warm up. So let's start with the top, our head, and we'll just start nodding the head up and down, get some gentle movements of the neck. Now, of course, if you've already been moving around, let's turn the head side to side. It's totally okay to skip this part and go straight into the exercises. Let's start to roll the shoulders, get some movement here, and change direction. Incorporate the wrists and elbows and change direction. And then let's start to move the spine a little bit here. So we're going to arch the spine one way and then the other. Just a couple to get the blood flowing, the muscles and joints warmed up, and then let a little twist here. So looking from over our shoulder. Beautiful. And then from here, little side bend. So let our arms hang by our side. If we just like we're going to reach down and pick something off the floor. Couple each side. Lovely. Pop our hands back on our laps. Do some gentle circling to warm up the lower back. Into the hips a little bit and change direction. Lovely. So from here, we'll pick up a leg. We can even hold it and make some circles of the hips. Couple one way, change direction. So it doesn't have to take very long to get the body warmed up. And then while we've got the leg in our hands, we'll just bend and straighten the knee. If it feels okay for the knee, maybe add some circling. And then move on to the ankles again, circling, maybe some pointing and flexing of the ankle. Give the toes a wiggle. Okay, and then let's do the other side. So holding onto the leg, giving it some support, make some circles of the hips, change direction when you're ready, and then bending and straightening that knee, adding any extra movement. And if there's any other mobility that you want to do to warm your body up, please do that. And then moving on to the ankles, some circling, some flexing and pointing, maybe wiggle the toes. Lovely. So we're all ready to begin. So we're going to work with our back muscles now. We're going to do some seated horizontal rows. So let's grab our bands. Now these resistance bands can come in all different varieties. You can get ones that are more tubular, some with handles on the end. You can get one that's a continuous circle called a super band, or that's what I call it. So whichever way, as long as it's stretchy, that you're able to pull it apart. And as I mentioned earlier, if you don't have a resistance band handy, just go through the movements. It just can feel nice to move in our bodies. So from here, we're going to bring the hands out in front. Now I've angled my chair here a little bit, just so you get to see, from a few different views here. So sitting up comfortably in our chair, keeping the back off the chair because that's going to keep our core nice and active throughout the whole movement. So we'll stretch the arms in front and have the hands around about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. And then also have the band or our hands about chest height. We don't want to have it too high and start getting the neck muscles to take over. So we're going to aim to bring the band towards our chest. It doesn't need to touch. We'll just want to see if we can focus our attention on drawing the elbows back as we row. So let's begin. We've got 10 of these to go. So our feet are in line with our hips. We're sitting comfortably upright and we're going to pull the elbows back as we pull the band apart. So we're stretching the band apart as we pull back, and I'm taking my little fairy lights with me. Okay, so we're pulling, and kind of imagine that you're squeezing something between your shoulder blades, like a spongy ball or whatever. Okay, so we're kind of trying to join the shoulder blades together. Good, so let's do another 5 of these. So we just take our time, maybe add a little pause at the end of your pull so you can feel those muscles working. Lovely, let's do 2 more of these rows. And 2, nice. So that's the back part that we've done. We're gonna come round and do the front part. So you're gonna grab your resistance band, pop it around your back, and then feed it underneath your armpits, kind of like you're drying yourself with a towel. We'll keep the knees forward in line with the hips. Again, sitting nice and tall, and we'll focus on keeping our wrists nice and straight so the knuckles are going straight ahead. So let's go. We're gonna press and then come on back. So the elbows are a little bit away from our body. We want to keep them lower than the shoulder joint, and just a smooth press. Now this not only does our arms and our shoulders, but you might even notice some tension in your tummy as well, your core muscles. Okay, so I think that was 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lovely. So we've done the back. We've done the front. Now we're going to work on our glutes, okay, and into the lower back. So we're going to do banded clams. So for this one here, I'm going to turn around just a little bit. We're going to bring the ankles and knees together and grab your band and feed it behind your knees. So from here, we'll cross it over and just rest our elbows by our side. So we want minimal tension through the shoulders and neck muscles. So just relax your elbows by your side, maybe face your palms up here. So our start and finish point is our knees together, our inside feet together. And we're gonna keep the inside feet as close together as we can as we draw the knees apart and then close them. Now we want just a little resistance here. We need to have room to move, okay? So if you have it too tight, you won't be able to open the knees. So we're gonna open, maybe add a pause and then release. You might even feel tension into your bottom and lower back as you do these. And they're really good for strengthening through the hips as well. Great, you're doing really well. Let's do 5 more of these. Good, 3 more. Just smooth opening and closing. And last one. So just as a side note, if you are doing these without the bands and you want a little bit of resistance, you can bring the hands either side of your knees and gentle pressure inwards as you open the knees and close them, okay? So sorry I didn't mention that before, but you can catch up on the second round. So from here, we're gonna do our band, overhead band pull aparts, and we're adding a little bit of a sideways movement for the spine. So we're gonna bring our arms in the air with our band in our hands, and then we're gonna pull it apart so our elbows are bent a little bit. Our chest is open, and let's separate the feet a bit too. So our knees are in line with our hips. We're gonna maintain that gentle pull of the band, and we're gonna bend to one side, and then come up to center, and then bend to the other side. So there's lots going on for the upper body here. So let's try and keep those knees in line with the hips as we dip from one side to the other. So it's just really good to get the spine out of the forward back movement that we usually are in, the sagittal plane, and get it moving sideways, get it twisting. Good, so we want to keep both bottom cheeks firmly planted on your chair. So just bending enough that you can feel that sensation of lengthening down the side of your body. Good, I think we may have 2 more to go. Anyone that's done my previous videos knows that my counting can get a little bit not great. Oh, wow. Good, awesome, nice work. So let's bring those arms down. And then from here, we're going to go from the upper body to the lower body, and we're going to do single-legged presses. So this exercise is again going to work your bottom muscles and your legs as well. So let's start with any old leg. I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to pop it underneath the arch of my foot. Now to make it a little bit extra secure, I'm going to cross it over so my foot doesn't come out of the band. I'm also going to come into a bit more of the middle of the seat. So with these leg presses, we need to lean back a little bit in our chair, but still make sure our back is off the chair. So from here, we're going to lift the knee up towards our belly as much as we can and grab a good, as close as you can to your ankle with your resistance band, because we're using some really big muscle groups here, our bottoms and our legs. So from here, flex your ankle, relax your shoulders once again, and keep your arms fixed. As we press, we don't want to straighten the arm, okay? Because if we straighten the arm, we're not getting any resistance. So we need to keep our elbows fixed. About 90 degrees. So we're going to press the heel forward and down, like we're pushing down on the accelerator or the brake of a car. So we're pushing forward and down. So not so much a bending and straightening. We're not doing an extension movement. We're doing a pressing movement. Good. In fact, I might even come forward a little bit for this one. I think I went too far back last time. No, it's not important if your heel doesn't touch the ground. We just want to kind of imagine that our heel's digging into the floor. If you're in a fairly tall chair, it might be a bit tricky to touch the floor. So let's do another 3 as we drive the heel forward and down. So not only are we using our lower body, our upper body is also getting some tension too, because we're holding onto the band. All right, let's swap it to the other leg. So under the arch of your feet, give it a little bit of a crossover so it doesn't kind of flick off the bottom of my foot and hit me in the face. So we'll sit up tall, maybe take a little lean back, flex your ankle. Elbows stay by your side and they're fixed, and we're going to drive that heel down. Nice. And as you straighten your legs, once again, you might even feel that little tension through the glute muscle, your bottom muscle, as you press your heel down. Okay, so let's do another 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. One more forward and down. Nice, good job. All right, so the last exercise we're going to do is we're going to wrap it around our back once again. We're going to go back to our pressing movement, but we're adding a rotation of the spine. So yes, we're getting upper body like arm strengthening, but also going to be working the core in rotation. So let's focus keeping the knees in line with the hips, toes forward as we turn and press. So we want to turn the torso. We don't want to just bring the arms across the body. We actually want to rotate and press. Now, sometimes your knees want to come with you, so let's try and keep them in line with our hips. And again, we don't need to rush through these. Turning and pressing. All right, let's do 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Lovely. Fantastic work. So we've just finished our first round of our circuit. I'm going to have a little bit of an intermission here, so it's a great opportunity to grab a drink, do what you need to do. I wouldn't take any more than 2 minutes break, but if you need a little bit longer, that's okay. And when you're ready, I'll join you back for round 2. Okay, welcome back, and we're ready to tackle round 2. So our first exercise was a horizontal row. So we have our hands in front, about shoulder width, about chest height, sitting tall in our chairs with our back off the chair, knees in line with hips, and let's pull the band apart as we bring the band towards our chest, drawing the elbows behind us. Number 3, maybe we'll have a little pause at the end of our pull, and 4. And you may notice those muscles in your back firing, getting a little bit warmer with each row. 7 and 8. Keep pulling that band apart and bring it towards you. And last one. Great. All right, let's bring the band around us. Tuck it underneath our armpits. All right, so we're going to move the front of our body now. So let's get a nice straight wrist, knuckles to the front, press, and a smooth return back. So pushing forward with intent, pushing forward, lovely. Nice, getting nice and strong in our chair program. Okay, let's do 4 more of these seated push-ups. So yes, it is the same movement as if you were doing push-ups on the floor or against the wall. Nice. So from here, we bring the band behind our knees, bring our knees and ankles together. And then we're going to cross them over. Okay, so keeping the inside feet as close together as possible between each repetition. A little bit of resistance on the band. Relax your elbows by your side. Chest is out and proud. And here we go. Open, pause, and release. So these are all about control. Just smooth repetitions as we open up and gently close. Good, let's do 5 more of these. And remember, option without the band is to press the hand against the outside of your knee and keep that pressing as you open and close. Let's do 2 more. Lovely, good job. All right, let's bring the band from away from behind our knees. Separate the feet a little. Band in our hands, big stretch up, and then coming down to a roundabout right angle somewhere along there. And then we're gonna add a little side bend here. So tipping to one side, coming to center, and then the other side, coming to center. So again, those knees kind of sometimes want to move with you. So let's keep them in line with our hips. Now, if you're starting to get a little bit tight in the arms, but you still want to do some lateral movements, just get rid of the resistance band and just continue with your side bends. So this is great for strengthening through the shoulders, as well as the muscles at the side of your torso, your obliques. Okay, let's do 2 more each side. Last set. Lovely. So from here, we've got our leg presses. So we're going to pop it round a foot, any old foot. Start with my left foot this time. And then do a little crossover so it doesn't flick out from underneath my feet. And again, we want our backs off the chair, and we are going to take a little lean back. So, kind of give yourself some space here. Make sure that you're not resting on the back of your chair. Grab as close to your ankle as you can with your bands, and then bring the knee to your belly, and I'm going to drive forward and down. Aiming for that heel to go down to the floor. Elbows are fixed. Working our strong legs and bottom muscles. 3 more. 2 to go. And 1. Nice work. All right, let's swap to the other side. And one side of our body usually feels a bit different to the other. You might find that you're feeling a little bit stronger on one side to the other, and that's really normal. All right, so picking up the foot, relaxing our shoulders down from the ears, little lean back into our chair, and driving that heel down, forward and down. Keep going, you're doing really well. 5 more. 3, 2, lucky last one coming up. Nice. All right, so let's take it from underneath our foot, wrap it around our back once again. I'm going to tuck it underneath there. And knees in line with our hips, sitting tall, and we're going to rotate and push. Just can feel nice. So just get that spine moving in a different direction. That's it. Keep those wrists straight and strong. We're halfway there. Just steady breaths. Two more. And last set. Excellent, good job, awesome. So we've just finished our second set. Seemed to go really quickly, that one. So let's hit the pause button, grab yourself a drink, have a rest for 1 to 2 minutes. And then when you're ready, I'll see you for the final round. Okay, so we're up to our final round, okay? So when you're good to go, let's get our body ready to do our last of our seated rows. So feet in line with knees and hips, extending the arms in front, comfortably upright spine, and let's start pulling the band towards our chest. Pull the band apart as you draw the elbows behind you. Smooth, steady wraps, lots of control here. 3, 4, squeezing your shoulder blades together and down the spine. 5, 6, opening that chest. 7, 8, nearly there, 2 more to go. 9 and 10, lovely. All right, once again, popping that band behind us and snuggling it underneath our armpit. All righty, go. Okay, so we've got our presses working on our chest strength, our shoulders, and some core work as well. So pushing with straight wrists and a smooth return. Press and back we go. Let's go 8 more of these. 6 to go. Past the halfway mark, 4 more. Final 2 reps. I'm starting to really feel these now. Nice work. Good job, everyone. Okay, so we grab our band, we bring our ankles and knees together, feed it behind our knees, do a little crossover here, palms up, elbows relaxed by our side, just a little bit of gentle resistance here as we draw the knees apart, a little pause and return. Great job. These are also really good for strengthening your knees as well. You might notice that core firing, a little bit tension in your belly, in your back, the sides of your body. Let's do 4 more. And 3. 2 more of these. And 1. Excellent. All right, so we've got our little lat bends. And again, like I mentioned, if you're getting a bit tired in the arms, because even though we were just using our legs here, our arms were obviously holding onto the strap. So if you're finding that you just need a little break from holding the band, just come up into this, with your arms without a band, or even you can even rest the arms. If you just want to go through the sideways movement and give the arms a complete rest, totally okay. All right, so from here, I'm going to come into my little cactus arms here, knees in line with hips, and add a little bit of a side bend, and then up we pop. And over to the other side. So we've got 9 more on each side. Center and side and center. So we kind of want to bend enough that we're, got that sensation that, if we go any further, we might fall off the chair. Obviously, you don't want to fall off the chair, but, just see how far you go. Okay, we got 5 more here. Really working to keep those bottom muscles glued to the chair. Good, 4 more each side. Knees in line with hips. 3 more. 2 more each side, nearly there. And last one. Lovely, good job, awesome. So now we've got our little single-legged presses, feeding it underneath our foot, any old foot. Give it a little crossover. Then we can lift up that leg, grab as close to our ankle as we can, chest out and proud, a little bit of a lean back here as we draw the knee to the belly and a drive down towards the floor. Hitting that accelerator or brake. Elbows are fixed. Good, let's do another 5 more. 3 to go. 2 and 1. Lovely. All right, let's take it to the other foot. Do a little shuffle around. Let's see it. Lock it into place. Grab that foot off the floor. Fix your elbows. We're good for launch. Here we go. Driving the heel forward and down. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Nearly there. 5. We're at the halfway point now. Good job. All right, last exercise. So let's grab the band, pop it around our bodies, knees in line with hips, sitting comfortably upright. We rotate and press. Big stretch, opening up that back. Getting strong in the upper body. Sit, keep those wrists straight and strong. Okay, we've got 5 more. Here we go. Three more each side, nearly done. Okay, final pair. Great job. We're all finished our resistance band workout. So if you've got a bit more energy, you can do another round. I think I've done enough for today and my stomach's grumbling, so I think I'm ready for lunch. So I'm going to jump into a cool down and I'd love for you to join me. So keep your back off the chair. We're going to go through some gentle stretches, pretty similar to what we did with our warm up. We'll slow them down a little bit and it won't take very long. So we're going to tuck the chin to the throat, let the head relax. You might like to rest your hands on your lap or down by your side. Just give ourselves a chance to settle back to a normal state. Get our breath back. And then we're going to gently lift the chin. Think about drawing the nose up to the ceiling so we can keep the length in the back of our neck. Just relax your arms. And then from here, bring the head to face forward. Gently tip the ear to the shoulder. We did a lot of upper body work, so just some gentle stretches for the neck, into the shoulders soon, and then up and over to the other side. To be very gentle with these side neck stretches. Nice. Coming back to center, we can sweep the arms in front. We're going to hollow out the body by tucking the pelvis and the chin, reaching the hands forward, or you can put the hands on your lap as well, and arching our spine, opening up the whole of our back, middle, upper, and lower back, spreading the back of the rib cage. Taking a few more breaths here. And then from here, you can have your hand on your lap, your hand behind the chair, or you can let your hands run free and just open up through the chest as we bring our arms behind us. Or like I said, you can keep them on your lap. So just opening up through your heart space, a gentle lift of the chin here, keeping that length in the back of the neck. Lovely. So from here, we'll add a little bit of a twisty stretch. So we're going to, and a side bend stretch as well. We're going to bring up our left hand, pop it on the outside of our right knee, pick up our right hand and tip over to the side. So we're stretching all the way down the right side of our body. So let's keep those knees in line with the hips. And then come on up when you're ready and let's just drop that right hand behind us, looking over our right shoulder. You might even want to apply gentle pressure of that left hand on the outside of your right knee to help you twist a little bit more. And coming back to center, we'll grab our right hand, pop it on the outside of our left knee, pick up our left hand, and over we go. Stretching all the way down the side of our bodies. And come on up when you're ready. Pop that hand behind you, look over your left shoulder. And again, you can apply a little gentle pressure of that right hand against the left knee if you want a bit more intensity. Lovely. Let's come to center. We'll do a couple of leg stretches here. So we're going to extend a leg, doesn't matter which one. Flex the ankle. We can even cradle that leg. Sitting up tall. Now, if you're finding you're getting enough of a stretch here through the back of the leg, you're quite welcome to stay here. If you want a little bit more, keep your posture upright and think about leading from your heart and folding forward a bit. It doesn't take much because we're already in quite a deep flexion of the hip, blah, 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 flexion of the hip. So yeah. Whereas if we were doing with this standing, you'd find you'd have to kind of fold forward quite a bit, but we're already bent at the hip already. All right, so sit up tall with maybe a bit of a toe point to stretch our shin, top of our foot. Bit tricky with shoes on, so if you've got doing this with bare feet, you'll probably get a bit more sensation. Let's do the other leg. So from here, extending the leg, pulling the big toe up, driving the heel away, and again, you've got that option of doing a little bit of a forward fold at the hip crease. Getting into that steady state with our breath. And then lowering the leg. Lovely. Well, we're all done. I'm so glad that you've joined me for today's exercise program. I always love bringing these programs to you. I've got plenty on my playlist, so have a bit of a look, see if you want to try any out. Please subscribe, add a comment, like, share, do all those YouTubey things. Otherwise, have a super day or evening or whenever you're doing this session, and I'll see you next time.